All right. Nice. I don't know how many people. Oh, there's 20 comments already. Oh my God. Hello, everyone. We're in. Welcome. My name is Watson. You're here with Buunshin. And this is our EP listening party for The Quiet That Hurts. You can hear me, can't you, Ferry? Yes, I can see him signing that he can hear me. Well, why don't we play one song while we try and work this out? And I think let's start with Threads. I know you guys have heard Threads before, but we'll play it, talk about the meaning of it, and then we'll try and work out this audio thing along the way. So here's Threads.
Up all night, start kneeling, nothing's there. No feelings, say I'm fine. Now meaning you take care. Start healing up all night. Start kneeling, nothing's there. No feelings, say I'm fine. No meaning you take care. Start healing up all night. Start kneeling, nothing's there. No feelings, say I'm fine. Now meaning you take care. Start healing up all night. Start kneeling, nothing's there. No feelings, say I'm fine. No meaning you take care. Start healing. Was it ever even real?
quality version of the record.
Sick.
Oh, I can hear Ferry now. Okay, this is great.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, I was hoping it would work out if I just switched the laptop.
Oh, fantastic. Well, you know, guys, that one is available online everywhere. So if you want to hear it high quality, you know where to go. I will be working sidebar with my team to try and sort out getting the audio fixed. I love that comment. I love how you stretched out the track. It makes it hard for people that don't know how to beat match. We have been worried that the drum and bassosphere may not even play that song because it has a little sort of skipping moment at the start. It goes up to 566 BPM or whatever it is, and then it slows down to 20 BPM, and then it goes into hard techno.
Who would have thought that that would be a terrible idea for mixing?
So I think Threads is kind of the catalyst of the whole ideology of the EP. Ferry and I talked a lot about this idea of the void. I went to China and was living in these this temple with these Shaolin monks training kung fu. It's really brutal, intense experience. And then when I left there, I actually went almost straight to Ferry's house to finish this EP. And there's a few songs we were stuck on, and had all these revelations from this experience. And there was this idea of entering the void, separating from your thoughts, your worries, your concerns, you know, similar to the ideology of a meditation. But the one key thing that Ferry and I discussed was that people are constantly filling their lives with things and running away from sitting in that silence. And that's where the title of The Quiet That Hurts came from. And Threads itself, we really finished, I think, sonically and in all the production, envisioning it as this journey of fighting through that barrier of resistance, of getting to this place of stillness and silence with all the distractions in our world and our fears about it, entering that place of nothingness, which is kind of where the arpeggiation is built up to its climax, and then there's that sort of pause, and then exploring what is around in the universe is the soundscape, and then also coming back the other way, back into our reality. I wonder if you have any thoughts on that, Ferry, yourself.
Absolutely. I think what is the beautiful thing is, I think this tune, the creation of this tune, was kind of running in parallel with us discovering what it's like to be friends with each other. Because like I think Threads was one of the very first demos that we created on one of the first runs of when you came over to my house, which was like 3 years ago. And it's so interesting how I speak about this on my Patreon quite a lot, how personal development and musical development are usually processes that go almost in parallel. They go almost hand in hand. And I look back at this tune as some sort of like the first version of the track to me feels like a milestone of a lot of personal discoveries, and it's like a manifestation of all of the conversations that led up to the creation of that track. Yeah, like I enjoy listening back to that track right now a lot, even though we went through many hurdles to get the finished version out there.
Yeah, that was really like that first time I came and stayed at your house. We did do this one, didn't we, in the first few days?
Yep. Yeah.
It was really special.
Yeah, and we got really hung up on the drop for like a really long time. Like we just really didn't know what the drop needed to sound like, because the arpeggio into the build-up was crazy good. It was crazy good the whole time. And I don't think we ever really changed that, apart from adding the reeds underneath it. And then I feel like it just took us trying like 5-6 different drop ideas, like full drop ideas, before this one sounded good.
Yeah, 100%. Does anyone have any questions on that particular record? Do you see any over there, Ferry? I'm just trying to get this audio set up while we so that it's actually the quality for the next one.
Anyone who has any questions, feel free to shoot right now. I'm reading all the comments on the side. Thank you so much for all the nice words as well. It's so nice to see everyone being excited.
I'm just reading how to do this. And also, what do you guys think of our little take on drum and bass? I feel like this is a bit of a variant. I played this at George FM the other day. I went in and did an interview with them in New Zealand, if everyone knows that station there, and they're like, "Oh, it's different. We like this. It's a
Yeah.
shake up."
So different. Yeah, shout out to all the people at George FM. It's been amazing to see them support
Yeah.
this kind of music.
I think, man, trying to find a Ferry. If you keep talking for 1 second, I'm gonna try and work out how to get this audio thing fixed. So at a listening party, we should be playing high quality audio.
Yeah. What I also want to mention, by the way, is I think we were both so happy with how Maya ended up delivering the vocals on top of the track. I just want to put some credit where it's due. Maya is a fucking amazing vocalist. Initially, the track Threads was an instrumental on which we wanted vocal work. But after Chris had an amazing session with her, he came back with some vocals, and I just vividly remembered that he sent over just like a very raw, recorded, kind of like spliced together render of what it would sound like with Maya's vocals on top of the arpeggio and then going into the drop. And back then, the drop wasn't even that exciting yet to me. But I was already like, oh my God, this sounds so sick.
Yeah. I think that the ARP section was it for me. I was so amped on that. The whole intro section, I actually originally sang that at Ferry's house just on my iPhone at like 2:30 in the morning. But I was never sure of that bit. I was like, this bit's really nice, but it's like, it's, I could go either way with it. And then it wasn't until I got Maya to redo it, I was like, oh, this is what it could sound like, if someone did it who can sing really well.
Well, to be fair, I think some harmonies in there are still yours, right? Because you did the low like throat singing.
Yeah, I did these sort of like throat singing, deep, monk kind of sounds, and they are all still in there. Yeah, they're sort of part of the pads that create the the texture that all exists through there.
Yeah, like the harmonic bed that the vocal then rests upon.
Yeah. Let me see if this works now. If I play, can you guys hear this now? I've just tried to set. Can you hear that through there or not? No, you guys
I can't really hear anything right now.
What we're gonna do, I'm gonna go back to screen sharing. We're gonna play Dancing in the Leaves, and we're gonna try one more time to work this out. Let's go back to here. Dancing in the Leaves.
My eyes dancing in the leaves with the
That's such a nice message I just saw down there. I never realized Chris could sing until I heard Be Okay Again when the video came out. You know, that's the first time I ever sang, and the first iPhone recording of it is actually what you hear on that record. So that was the first time I ever sang. It's not that you didn't realize it before. It never happened before.
iPhone recordings, man. Just good
Right?
processing.
They come in great.
Yeah.
That song is so special in this whole project. I would say, Ferry, ironically, how chill it is, that it's the most daring song you've done for how
Oh,
chill it
absolutely. Absolutely. For me, like I wasn't even sure whether I wanted to put out this song at first, remember? Like
Mm,
for a long time I was quite uncomfortable with just like how empty the production was and how little there was going on. But
mm.
that was also in the version before this final, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've told this story a few times, but for anyone who hasn't heard, this song was the scoring of an experience we had. Ferry took me for a walk when I was very jet lagged and not feeling very good, and he knowingly took me to this spot where the ducks tend to come and all run around you, and sure enough, we went there, and about 50 ducks just swarmed upon me and
Yeah.
started quacking and chirping. And yeah, I just couldn't stop laughing. I was so excited. I filmed this little video of the experience, and then when we went back to Ferry's house and just sat there in my headphones, dragged the video into Ableton, and just like, oh, what I would love to score like what this feels like. Threw in a bunch of loops, made this little bass line and a little bit of drum thing. Didn't really think anything of it. Showed it to Ferry, later that afternoon, and he was like, "Oh man, I really like this. Like, I hear a full idea for this." And then I think I gave you the stems, and you like fleshed it out into a full length song, and added that extra synth part that's so amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I took the instrumental, worked on it with my great friend Lucy, who grew up down the road from me, and then told her this story of these ducks, and that just totally turned around my day. And I guess it just completely resonated with this idea of being in love with your childhood pet and the love and joy that they bring to you every single day without question.
Yeah. I remember then I was so inspired to do the lead sound because when I listened to that instrumental for the first time, not only did I think to myself, well, oh, it's a really cool pocket because it has a drum and bass rhythm, but it's a very pleasant song to listen to. Like I would stream the song just to enjoy it myself, you know?
Yep.
And um and I thought to myself, well, it kind of feels like, music to play Animal Crossing to, or like music to play like a dumb fucking derpy game to. That just like
Exactly.
it's totally just about relaxing and not doing anything. And when I made that lead sound, I just channeled my most derpy Animal Crossing self. I was like, this needs to sound so like a guy just like loitering on the street, like a little snot running down his like nose, like just it just needs to sound like therapy as hell. So
Oh,
good.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we worked so hard on this EP, but there was some times when I was at Ferry's house and we were just totally spent and we're like, should we play Skyrim?
Yeah.
And we just stay up till like 4 in the morning, very naughty when we're trying to be on deadline, and stay up till 4 in the morning playing Skyrim, just pickpocketing. We got to like level 100 pickpocket before we were even a level 10 character. It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
like we did it in 2 days or something because we just kept stealing like weapons off of people and kept stealing clothes off people's bodies.
Yeah, so then we turned our game fandom into a soundtrack. Um, Now Isaiah's helping me here with this stream, and I think he's got the audio queued up now internally at a higher res. So please tell me, guys, if this is working properly. I think the next one we should play Tragic. Do you think so, Ferry?
Oh, absolutely. Just go for it.
All right, Isaiah, let's play that and see if it works. that coming through for everyone? Not coming through
Nope.
for me.
I can't hear Chris anymore now, and it's not coming through for me.
No. I'd say that's not Through coming. for anyone. I can hear it faintly, like it's playing out the speakers in the room, but not properly through the setup. All right, what I'm going to do, guys, unfortunately, I know we're all sound nerds here. I'm just going to play it again, streaming off the internet, which seems to be coming through mono at 2G levels. But you know, it's a little tease, and now no one's going to steal it and put it online before tomorrow. You know.
Yeah. It's the cook mix.
Backseat, daydreams, summer days, scrolling through the lives I'll never taste. You said don't catch feelings, but I already did. Somewhere between the party and the shit we hit. Lip gloss, cheap wine, neon signs. Wake us with better stuff. So why we dine in denial? Everything is tragic. So I laugh instead, falling out my head. Everything is romantic, even when it's fake. You touched my soul, or was it just a face?
Thank you so much, everyone. I just
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
little,
yeah.
I just had a little panic attack because I was like texting Ferry like, "This isn't the last master. Is this in the folder of deliverables to Spotify and the label?" Apparently, it is not. Apparently, there's just a few different masters in there, and those are some older ones that were sitting in the folder. So panic is gone.
Yeah.
Should-
To be
Um,
honest, master
yeah.
wise, it shouldn't really matter to anyone's listening experience right now because the arrangement has been the exact same. Didn't change anything there.
Well, the master we just played had different 808s. Remember how we changed the 808s? Right?
Oh yeah, but like, dude, I
Yeah.
can't like. There's like on the stream right now. There's nothing going on between like underneath 100 hertz. I would say like
Yeah,
there's barely
gotcha.
anything there. So
Oh well. That is, I think that's my hands down favorite song of the whole EP. I think that is a song I'll probably play for a decade from now. I've been closing a lot of my sets with that, or putting in like a really important moment in the set. It
yeah,
just does something different. There's a few songs I've worked on in my career that seem to just have this profound impact, and this is one of them. So I'm so excited for this one. What do you think of it, Ferry?
it's impossible to not treat it like that. You know, like this song just it is it makes you crave to play it at the most important moment of the set. You know, I've been playing it pretty much every set for the like ever since the last master came out. I think the first time I played it was when I went to Ukraine and actually played it with Alina together. Um, but yeah, like it's supposed to create this giant crescendo, 3/3, like 3/4 of the way in throughout the set, and then it just kind of leaves you in awe after everything that has happened. You know, I actually find myself struggling with like mixing out of it because like at what moment do you kind of want to interrupt that? You know, like and even if when it's done, it's like wow, you just kind of need a little bit of silence and then you start playing the next song again.
Yeah, I like with songs like that, you just let it play out and then you just bring in a groove of something right near the end, and then like like no double drops, none of this, just let it go.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. But I do think that mixing it in is a very pleasant thing because you can absolutely just like let the introduction synths and the vocals hover over another track that has a similar rhythm, and then just kind of cut from that usually kind of like suboptimal sounding rhythm to like the absolutely like micromanaged drums that we got in that record, which
Hmm.
it always seems to kind of like one up the track that I've played before it in
How
terms
good
of
is
drums.
that?
Yeah.
we love one upping whatever came before. That's a DJ's dream. Oh, that's beautiful. And Alina smashed that vocal. I got a very small vocal feature on that again. I remember. Do you remember, Ferry, that whole everything build up was like a very late stage edition?
Yep, absolutely.
Um, and that only came about me roughing out this sort of crescendo choir idea and then getting Alina to redo a bunch of it, so it sounded really good.
Yeah.
Uh, and you did so much intricate work on the, this sounds so remedial, but the side chaining and the transients
Right.
and how they cut through, and then redoing that 808 at the front. There's actually kind of like a different 808 every phrase of 4 or 8 or so.
Yep.
Just transforms into a slightly different feel. And that was literally so we could get it as loud as possible without the
Yeah.
vocal distorting
Absolutely.
harmonically.
The whole problem with that tune is that there are so many subdivisions in each beat and each measure that it doesn't leave the listener with a lot of space to like hear each and every sound. So the challenge with making music that is clear and crisp and concise and intelligible, while it's like it like delivers so many fast hits at this fast pace, is such a it's a nightmare in terms of like music logistics, like having to work out where every sound sits and stuff. And yeah, it's just like looking at a very precise painting where you barely have any like room to make this very specific, you know, um, image or object. It's kind of the same thing.
That was the last song we finished, I think.
Yeah, I think it was also the most complicated one to finish.
Yeah. Well, you had this starts as, this is so funny. This starts as a Buunshin demo that is almost absolutely monotonal and just
Yeah,
plays
like
the
just
one note over and over and over again, and then goes into like a rumble drop. And Ferry's playing me demos. Like, we probably need like a couple more songs this evening.
yeah.
Demos, and he plays me that, and I hear it and I go, "Oh, whoa! Send me this one." And I write this chord progression, all these different melodies, and he's like, "Chris, this was meant to be a monotonal rumble bass, and now it's all pretty and melodic. What are you doing?" He's like, "I literally built this to play one note and play it perfectly."
It was kind of the idea of that, like maybe we want to sneak something in there for the DJs, you know, maybe we want to sneak something in there that is like familiar for a lot of drum and bass people. But Chris just took it on such an interesting route. I think we both agreed that it was very interesting to see, like, oh, well, what's going to happen if we venture down this path as opposed to the path that we've, you know, that already has been taken many times. But yeah, then obviously when you're writing such a new sounding tune, it's almost like you have to figure out the standards of the aesthetics. Like every new choice that you make has to be like an iconic, never thought before of choice. And it's, yeah, like it was a huge challenge for me to like mentally kind of switch to like, yeah, you know what, this could work. And it had to, like, I had to really get used to like how the arrangement progressed and what was happening in the track. And then once we started polishing it, like once we did all of the like the arrangement work and we started polishing the tune, that's where I was like, wow, such a beautiful tune is being carved out of this like rough piece of marble, you know. I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Quite an adventure that came down to the wire, and I'm glad we got that to where we did. Absolutely. I am now going to play a record called The One with Aiko. And this one was, I think I did a session with Aiko days before I first ever came to your house and hung out with you, Ferry.
Yeah.
And showed this rough demo to you then with just like some MIDI piano, a vocal, and some chords. I think that was about it.
Yeah.
And then you were really inspired by it, but we didn't really tackle it properly for like another 3 years.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember you were really like, this is such a great record. And I was like, yeah, this could be cool. It could be really cool, whatever. And then we got it there, man. I'm fascinated by this one. It almost gives me like traditional Deadmau5 energy moments in terms of the writing style in some parts, and then just goes into the stratosphere. It's such a cool and exciting record.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's get this one going.
Yeah.
2G streams, only the best for you guys.
In this lifetime, all the
Okay, you guys seem to really like that one. I saw as well the comment about the outro again, and yes, we wanted every outro to actually be special and not just some, oh, we'll just start turning things off. We literally added new writing parts that didn't exist anywhere else in the track, every single outro.
Yeah, it was so much fun to write that outro. I just kind of remember that we were in the session and I was obsessed with the idea of making that outro reggaeton.
The way we would work is often we'd sit in the room together and then like I'd tackle something for an hour or two, Ferry'd tackle something for an hour or two. We sort of like A/B like that. And I remember like some of that would be he might be in his headphones for, a few hours, and he's like, yo, you got to check this. And then I would write notes on the screen with like a locator marker. And I remember I literally got to the reggaeton bit and I just wrote in capital letters, lol.
Yes.
And I think I wrote capital letters, lol, okay, question mark. And that was my note to Ferry. So funny. But then I was like, it kind of bangs. Let's do it. This sounds fun. I think as well, like every outro, there's these new vocal elements. That was one thing we worked out along the way, is like adding these extra hooks that never have. You hear in Tragic, there's this like, remember Ferry? There's just this giant flexing, like
how can you not remember? That's sick. That's one of the sickest part of the track, like the vocal and the outro.
Yeah. And that's like almost like a little producer tag. And then you flexed with this reggaeton thing. There's the vocals just before it. Yeah, most of the songs we were really trying to just keep flexing all the way through and not slack off.
Yeah. I when I speak to my like fellow producer friends, and they write a track where it's kind of like obviously like intro, build up, drop, breakdown, drop, outro, and then like an outro is just kind of a revamp of any of the sounds that we've heard before. I always tell people like why wouldn't you want to give your listener a treat there? Because they made it to the end of the song. Like you kind of want to give some, like you want to take them for a ride, and then once they get to the end, you kind of want to give them the pot of gold,
I think that's so true, man.
Yeah, like, and I think that with this song, to me, the idea of having a little reggaeton bit at the very end that is like so soothing and so calming, with all of the crystal sounds there, like it was even. I remember that we went back and forth quite a lot, like on how warm that section was, and like how many high frequencies there were in different sounds, just to kind of get the right smoothness down in the end. Which, I think it worked very well.
I saw a very niche sidebar question about this OP1 song with Montel. So I've not ever spoken about this, but what happened with that record? I used a sequence within the OP1 to write that song, and the sequence was not actually royalty free, which is not how the synth is meant to work. The sequence was actually sort of an interpretation of a famous TV theme song, and which I didn't even know about. I didn't even know the TV show. And then when we went to put it out, they were like, you can't put this out. It's just this other person's song. I'm like, what are you talking about? I used this synth and just used like the royalty free like patches and setups in the synth. So that's what happened with that one, guys. It's a song with Montel, and very frustrating experience. I've never had that before, because all analog synths are meant to just be royalty free items to use as they are, and it was a whole spend all this money on a music video which you guys never got to see and all this stuff, and just kind of went to shit. But on a positive note, we're here streaming music that is coming out. Fantastic. And unfortunately, guys, we're up to our last song. And this was the hardest one, I think, for us to decide how to finish it.
Yeah. Like what happens in the song.
Yeah. Ferry, do you want to talk about this one at all?
Yeah. First of all, shout out Mara. I think she's on the stream right now.
Oh,
Just saw
no.
her leave a comment. Um, but yeah, so I remember um, we hosted a writing session with Mara that day, and was like, first of all, like working with the three of us together in the room felt so natural. It felt great. I remember we smashed out the vocals so quickly, and yeah, it was just overall a very fun day with like good weather, good hangs, and I remember that particularly me and Chris believed in the vocal a lot. Um,
Mm.
but it wasn't until we found the right instrumental that we really felt like, oh, now we have this road we can walk down. But every time we thought that we had found, like, thought of the way, then when we wanted to put it in practice, it was always like, nah, this doesn't really hit. This doesn't really hit with how stylish the vocals are and with how, intentionally good the songwriting of the song is. Like, we don't want it to distract from the songwriting at all. So we needed to find a middle ground where um, the instrumental wouldn't be too overbearing, but it would carry the music and the vocal along very well. Yeah, it was so tough. It
It
was so
was,
tough.
man. Because you had that whole version that I'd describe it like this icy sounding festival banger version. Do you remember that one with
Yeah, yeah,
the jumpy kind of lead? And we're like, it's too delicate for something like that. And then we I think I midied out this whole like almost chord piano kind of movement for the intro, and we're like, that's cool writing, but it sounds like trash. Like, we'd need to get someone to play that. And then we ended up kind of like pseudo programming it, and then I think we played the parts individually on piano just with one hand at a time, and then dubbed that
yeah,
in. And
yeah,
so we
yeah.
tried to make it sound like a really good piano performance, which you can do better than me, but we both are very insuperior at.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was definitely bothered by how we had the idea of the piano part down. It was such a strong idea. But then making it sound like a convincing piano piece is a whole nother world. And I feel like most people who would play piano and actively record piano constantly, they'd be able to nail it in no time. But it's just so particular getting all the details right, and the intonation and the expression and how the little piece of felt is like blocking the higher tones and stuff. It's just so complicated. So
Yeah.
we needed to do it that way. And then we needed to cycle through like 5 different drop ideas to basically
I think
get the right way.
and the final result still has 3 totally different moments.
Yeah.
But it feels very harmonious. I feel seamlessly builds into what happens next. And this is such a perfect closing track, I think. Should we get into it, Ferry?
Please, let's go. So
This is
down.
the last one, track 5, Falling in with Mara.
Losing my faith in this car called hell. It's still no won't end, but it suits quite well. Wouldn't even care if this car caught fire. Everything you said, you were a goddamn liar. So much for the flowers. And I'm scared I've reached a bar too far away. I'm garden frozen and I'm stuck beneath the lake. I lost a friend, you never tried. I thought a part of me would always live inside. I'm not falling in. Just to know you tried.
That's it, gang.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, a lot of beautiful messages in there. It
Yeah,
really
thank you
is
so
like
much, guys.
quite a soundtrack of an EP. And if Mara's still there, Mara, that was so beautiful to write with you. I think that was that the first day I met Mara Ferry?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How good. And the synopsis of the track is kind of like this. We were talking about a relationship being reflective of a garden, and the garden is subjective to the change of seasons. You know, everything changes, everything shifts, and the lyrics were quite beautiful, talking about the flourishing of this garden in a certain season, but then it goes into winter and everything gets cold and everything gets grim and the leaves start falling. And she talks about being frozen beneath the lake. And yeah, it was quite a powerful work. I really loved working on it, and I'm so glad it did end up coming together like this.
I But I just think it's so interesting how we kind of eventually settled on this idea of how we have these three moments in the track.
Yeah.
Because, like, at first we were just thinking we just have this one drop and this one moment, and it needs to be a big moment, and then we'll figure out the rest. But I think we eventually settled on the arrangement of the track by kind of saying, well, what if it's these three moments that we modulate throughout? And I think if we a classic thing to do, right? Like while you're writing songs, is to you figure out that the last drop that you've made is the sickest one, and you put it at the front of the song, and that becomes the song. With this song, it just like the last part of the song is the sickest part, in my opinion. But that also has to be the last part. If it would be like dragged to the front, it wouldn't hit the same way.
Not at all. Yeah. Wow. It is such a beautiful closing record, isn't it? I haven't had a listen to it in a minute, maybe since we turned it in or so. But oh, it's so nice. Wow. Dude, Ferry, amazing work, my friend.
Amazing work together.
Yes. Yeah. A long slug that was 100% worth it.
Oh, so worth it.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? I think I've been answering most of them as we've been going. Will the stream be available to watch after? Maybe we did record it, and then maybe we can actually put the song audio up high res. Maybe we drop that, as something cool for YouTube when the day it comes out. That could be nice, actually. What else? Oh yeah, someone was asking. They loved the single cover, the album cover, and shout out Greg. I think Greg's in the chat here. Greg.
Yeah, he was popped in for a little bit there.
This is funny because Greg has been on my Pinterest board for so long as just an artist that inspires me, and then we finally got to work together IRL, which is amazing. And will there be CDs and vinyls? I've been asking if we can do at least like a cassette or something that I think is a little quicker to produce. Vinyls take you need to lock in a certain amount, like get a minimum order, and then it's like 6 months wait time. Like it's pretty annoying. I wish that was not the case. But I've been wondering if we can do something like cassettes, just as like a really cool novelty item.
We're at least looking into it. We very much would like to make it happen. That is not the problem.
And stems for remixes, we might do that. We might think about like which ones could be really cool for that, and maybe run something that could be really fun.
I think it would in general be very cool if we would hear some remixes on this EP. I think that was already a conversation that we had before about getting some of our friends on this EP to see how they would spin the records up. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember there was a conversation throughout where I think Ferry, I would say, hey, we can do a VIP of this if we want this to bang and we want this to hit in the set. Let's like have the song be what it wants to be, and then if we're like, it's not really playable, or it's not going to compete in a set of ferocious drum and bass songs, then it's like that's when you do the VIP. And that's also where people come in with great remixes, because the idea was to authentically breathe these songs into life and not not necessarily corrupt them with power, with like the intensity that a DJ set demands, but then allow for that to happen at later stages. So I think we're all on the same mindset with some stems going out to get some new perspective.
I think what has been the most like what you're talking about right now has definitely been one of the most interesting progressions in finishing up this EP, because I think that we were both pretty intent on writing a couple of club bangers as well, and I feel very comfortable doing that. You know, like just like say the word once, and I'll make sure that the master is clipped and it's like absolutely looking like a sausage, and that everything is like loud and club ready. But we've noticed that it definitely was taking away from what all the songs wanted to be, and we've definitely stuck with the parts where we thought, okay, for the music this is appropriate. But I think it's absolutely a good shout for any other producers out there. Like you might want to keep the streaming version of the song for streaming, and make your own little VIP that is going to absolutely bang in the club and catch everyone off guard. And then you'll also be the only one who has that VIP, so you can provide this like interesting experience to the people who are coming out to support the music by buying a ticket and coming out to the show. So I love that dynamic. It works really well.
I think it's great all around, because I think music is such a different space, particularly for dance music. Like listening to dance music at home is so different to feeling it vibrating you on giant speakers. So we almost have to consider, hey, how do we make this a nice listening and emotional experience? And then how do we step it up when we bring it to the live stage?
Yeah, absolutely. Like just the whole idea of that most people listen to songs or like through AirPods or laptop speakers or stuff like that, like most club music sounds terrible sonically through those speakers because lots of compression, distortion, and then the tweeters are like these teeny little tiny bit speakers that like barely can vibrate on an intelligible level. So the songs just kind of have to be different.
We've got people in here asking about merch, and yes, we've been tinkering with some merch, because I think these artworks that the lovely Greg has done in here are far too beautiful to not be turned into merch. So we're working on that right now, actually.
Absolutely. Looks so good.
Amazing, guys. We may wrap it there. That was a beautiful hang with you all. You will hear it in full high def in a couple of days. We did try and have that all set up here today, but these things happen. I'd not used this program before, SteamYard, but next time I promise it'll be set up right. Amazing, guys. Ferry, thanks for joining me. We're all on different continents right now trying to make this work. I got up at like 7 a.m. I know that's very normal for a lot of people, but not when you stay up till 4 a.m. working. Yeah. Amazing. Ferry, I'll see you soon. Everyone, it's out here in Australia in like, I don't know, 18 hours. Crazy. And then drip feeding through the rest of the world over the next 24 hours after that. All right, guys. Exciting. Big love. Thank you so much. We'll all see you soon.
See you guys.